Hello, I'm Bill LuMaye, and thank you for watching Community Matters. We hope you'll continue to watch as we discuss issues facing our community and provide you with the resources and information needed to find solutions. The Triangle area seems to always have a calendar full of community events providing helpful resources and education. The Josh Adams Student Athlete Summit aims to help student athletes excel in sports, in the classroom, and beyond. We're joined by Josh Adams and Fatiha Malik-Adams to discuss the event, and we welcome both of you to the show. Thank you. I told you this earlier, you got a day named after you. I don't know how you accomplish that. Well, I do know how you accomplish that, but I usually it's somebody I don't get to talk to because they're not around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. And why don't you tell us a little bit about that? How did you get a day named after you? What's the whole story behind it?
Yeah, so January 10th, 2008 was proclaimed Josh Adams Day by the town of Cary through various accolades on and off the field that I achieved as a student athlete. I was proclaimed one of the top leading rushers in high school. 2006, which earned me a full scholarship to Wake Forest University, where went there and led the team to multiple championships. I earned a national award as the ACC Rookie of the Year and second team All-American. And, the stacks go on, right? And so the town of Cary, presented me my own day, and which, I'm very thankful for.
Oh, that is very cool. I mean, and you seem very humble too. I mean, you've accomplished an awful lot. But you've taken that day, haven't you? And you've kind of turned it into, well, you've taken advantage of it in a way, in a very good way. Why don't we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I've taken this idea of Josh Adams Day. You have to think about, I was at the age of 20 years old. I was still a sophomore in college when I was given this day. And I've taken it to now help student athletes understand the complexities of what it takes to be not only an athlete, but an elite student athlete. And I think by leveraging various partners in the community, like nonprofit organizations that focus on community and engagement, I'm able to really drive that message through. And that's, the purpose of my wife here and her nonprofit organization.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about what maybe the goals might be of a nonprofit organization?
So our nonprofit organization, Grow Our Health Alliance, was founded in August of 1988. And through our organization, we work with our community to provide school lunches and after-school meals to youth in our communities who were at risk. And over time, we've evolved into an organization that we feel we want to be more hands-on within our community. So we provide events, whether they be indoor or outdoor, for youth in our community that allows them to get outdoors, learn leadership skills, learn life skills, and be able to learn how to grow their own food and provide just opportunities for growth. And that's a part of our 4 pillars, which is to grow, optimize, heal, and advise the youth in our community.
How long have you guys been doing this?
We've been doing this for about 4 years now.
And how is it going?
It's going great.
It's
going great, yes. We love to get out there, reach our community by working with the elderly, working with the youth, and just providing the knowledge that we've learned over time to create a sense of community within our community.
Well, I know too that you were talking about the student athlete. And a lot of times, the athlete is what's focused on, especially when you go on to the level you did in college. Is this something you tackle? And is this at the summit itself? What are some of the things that people can expect to hear and learn?
Yeah, so I think the number one focus is going to be their studies, right? Understanding what it takes to be a student first, and what grades, what curriculum, what institution accepts what grades, and at what GPA, what SAT. So all of those things from an administrative part is what I really harnessed it when I was going through the process. And I think that I didn't have no coaching, right? We had to learn as we go. And so now that I've been through the process, I'm able to share that with the up and coming youth. Now, today's times have changed tremendously. So I'm looking to get new information as well from what's going on in the community. So I think it's a win-win for not only the up-and-coming youth, but for myself as well, who's looking to get back more engaged and hands-on in the community.
I mean, that's terrific. It really is. Hey, hang around. We got more to come. The Josh Adams Student Athlete Summit aims to help student athletes excel in sports, in the classroom, and beyond. We're joined by Josh Adams and Fatiha Malik-Adams to discuss the event. How were you able to stay on track? I mean, college sports, come on. I read about it. I have never played it, but it's very tempting. You're a star, right? Especially you with your athletic abilities. And how do you keep your head focused on studies when you're getting all these accolades? And so many athletes do in college.
I think it first starts at home. You know, everything we learn starts with a good foundation. And I was very fortunate coming from a single parent home that I had a very strong backing. You know, my mother played a big role in my upbringing. She was very disciplined. You know, she was basically the proof print to my upbringing. So I idolize everything that she's done and she's taught me. And I've been able to just keep a focus, right? Staying around the right crowd, right? It's so easy to get caught up with the wrong crowd. Not saying I haven't before, but I've had the support to help corral me and bring me back in when, you know, I was veering off. And so, you know, that kind of goes with the community. And my community has backed me 1,000%, you know, and I'm very thankful to have leaderships within the community, from academic leaders to local leaders, business leaders, that really, you know, call me on a daily basis, check in with me, making sure that I'm doing the things that, you know, that I would need to be accountable for.
And it sounds like what you're trying to do as well with the younger kids and getting them is provide exactly what you had in your mother.
Correct.
And how do you do that? What kind of resources are available to people who participate in this?
So we're going to be providing resources for student athletes who may be interested in getting a scholarship, going on to the next level in college, any information that they're looking for as far as personal branding, social media, NIL information, how to navigate the portal and things like that. Also information on just mental health and how you stay, you know, on top of your game as a student athlete, the pressures that come with that. And you have so many obligations such as school and, you know, dealing with family and personal issues and things like that. So we're going to be providing those type of resources. Also financial wellness and how to prepare yourself for life after school, because at the end of the day, school is going to end, athletics are going to end, and you know, you have to figure things out on your own. So we want to give them those resources on, you know, what is it going to look like when you graduate college and maybe the jobs are not there like they are today, and you know, how you're going to navigate the industry that you may be wanting to pursue. So we're going to have those resources available as well.
I mean, that's terrific. It really is. And you're right. You know, things are changing so quickly, especially in technology.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself down the road? Do you see it growing? I mean,
Yeah, so my future goal with this is to be able to offer scholarships or incentives for youth at risk, right? Again, it goes back to me talking about coming from a single family home where I've grew up in the Black and brown community. So I know the challenges that Black and brown, but also other folks experience, whether you're coming from a impoverished family or a well-off family. We all are going through a transition, right? All the things that I needed to get where I'm at, those are the same goals that I want to be able to offer to upcoming youth and next generation.
Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here. We will be right back, so stick around.
Here with the all-time leading rusher in Cary's illustrious history and top 10 rusher of all time in North Carolina, Josh Adams.
And for any players out there that, you know, are on the team now that want to play at the college level, what advice would you give them?
I would say definitely staying in their books, right? You cannot be a athlete without being a student first. So number one priority is grades. Become a student in the classroom and then become a student on the field. and make sure that you always watch who you hang around with.
Here with the all-time leading rusher in Cary's illustrious history and top 10 rusher of all time in North Carolina, Josh Adams. Josh, great to be with you. I know there's a lot of special memories being back at your high school.
Yeah, Jay, thanks for having me. It's an amazing experience. Just being able to come back to such a great place that has great rich tradition, and be able to share that not only with my family, but up and coming the new team here. Has been a very special privilege for me to be back this year.
I know you have a close relationship with Coach Tyrance, and many former players come back to support the program. What does the Cary football family mean to you, and what did it mean to you when you were playing?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach T has done a great job with this program. He's been able to allow me to come back and share some of those experiences that we've all had as players, especially coming through the Cary program. My mother was actually employed by Wake County, so she's always been a bus driver, or my aunt, or somebody in my family. So I've been enriched in this tradition since I've been a little kid, coming up through elementary, middle school, and high school. And to be able to come back and share that, I mean, it's been nothing but an honor for me.
Coach, every time we come over here, it just amazes me looking at the trophy cases, the Hall of Famers you have here with all your former players here at the school. What does it mean to you to be here at Cary and have a former legend and Josh Adams come back and support you in the program?
Well, just being the head coach here at Cary High School, I just know it's history. I know it's a blessing, a big opportunity. Just for me, being from Cary, I had a chance to watch him play 2 high school games, and to see how packed Cary was to watch him. It was always awesome when I became the head coach. He reached out, and he's always been supportive. If someone has worn that jersey, if someone has been in those shoes, even if he looks similar to somebody else, I think somebody's listening, somebody's watching, or they know that if he did it, maybe I can do it. And we try to explain to him, like, hey, he was a real deal, right? I mean, he's top 10 all time, I think number 6 or 7 all time, leading rusher in North Carolina, but number 1 here at Cary High School. So I like when he's around because they're seeing someone that's done it. Right? They're seeing someone that has been there at the school, walked the same halls, the same field, the same track. Cary hasn't changed, right? The oldest public high school in North Carolina. And with our land, nothing really has changed. There's like 1 new building. So to tell a kid, like, I've worn that jersey, or I've walked down those halls, or I've came down to this parking lot, or this field house is here, and my locker is right there, someone's listening.
And you play at the highest levels, but there's nothing like high school football. What makes that experience so much different?
As you get to the next level, it becomes more of a job. I remember when I first got recruited by Wake Forest, the head recruiter there, he said, now, young man, that you have signed this agreement, you have become an employee of the state. So I knew at that point it was not longer fun anymore, it was more business. So in high school, it was just, hanging out with your teammates, and just doing what you do love best, and that's playing football.
And what does it mean to you to be the top rusher in the school history?
I think it's a great thing. It came from, a lot of hard work, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of support from my community. I mean, it's numerous people that helped me get to where I am today, from my teammates, my administrative staff during that time, and some other local community members that really backed me when, things wasn't necessarily going my way. I got hurt in my sophomore year. That took a toll on me mentally, physically. Academically, I struggled a little bit. So, teachers, peers, coaches, everyone kind of chipped in and said, hey, Josh, let's help you get back on track. We're there for you. So, I give my praises to the community.
You and I have talked, offline, just about how positive you are and how you're so uplifting to the players, to opponents, to everybody. And, I think that's a big influence on people, and people see that light. How does it feel for you when you can impact players and you see Josh coming back or other guys coming back, and that, they feel proud of the program?
Yes. Well, the funniest thing is that sometimes you don't take a moment to think about those things. And when you do, that's when it affects me. Even this past weekend, seeing all those guys back, I think you talked to several guys, but when Josh was back, when, former players that played 3 years ago or 4 years ago when they're back, it does, impact me as well, but it makes some things obviously positive in my life when I'm seeing those kids say, thank you, coach. I won't be here without you. Give them that positivity as far as don't say you can't. You can. It's a little bit of work.
I think Coach, himself has a great background in terms of building the team unity, developing a player, not only just from a player perspective, but into a young professional, young future professional. And so, he said, hey, you're part of the family, man. I need you to come back. I need you to talk to these guys, get them motivated, instill in them the rich tradition that, we all know about, and that's in pride.
And I know that you have a day in your name, Josh Adams Day. What does it feel like for you to have that honor and for so many people to recognize what you're able to accomplish and have a day named after yourself?
It's a blessing. That's not something you hear every day. So to be able to have my own day in Cary, January 8th, 2008, I was given a proclamation by the town of Cary for the accolades that I've accomplished, not only through high school, but in college, become the ACC Rookie of the Year. So those accolades enabled me to receive my own day in which, we've been able to give back to the community in numerous ways through nonprofit organization, enabling the kids to get the experience and learn from, other veterans in other areas of the sports industry, not only just football in itself. So I've taken a day, not only made it about me, but I've made it about my community, most importantly.
Yeah, and for any players out there that are on the team now that want to play at the college level, what advice would you give them?
I would say definitely stand in their books, right? You cannot be a athlete without being a student first. So number one priority is grades. Become a student in the classroom and then become a student on the field, and make sure that you always watch who you hang around with.
Let's go back to when you were playing. What's that one game that you just really outperformed everybody, blew up on the scene, and kind of encapsulates your career?
Yeah. So I can remember, I think it was the 2003 season. We were playing Garner at Garner. I was out wide. I was flanked out wide. I caught a pass. I hyperextended my knee. Next season, I came back. I was leading the state in rushing like 1,500 yards. I got injured during the Green Hope game. I was out for the rest of the season. Come back the following year, did pretty well in rushing, and then we played Garner. We played Garner in the preseason, and they tried to knock us out. But I had played Garner my entire career coming up through Pop Warner, so Garner was nothing to me. And we beat them during the preseason, and so they was going to match us up during the first round in the playoffs. And we came back. I had 3 touchdowns, 293 yards, and we ended up beating Garner in overtime for the second time in the single season. So.
Well, that's a great one.
Yeah.
I'd remember that one too.
Yeah, that was great.
Watching his old film and knowing about his career, I'd imagine if you were coaching him now, you probably wouldn't throw the ball much. You'd probably give him the ball.
Yeah, give him the ball. Give him the ball.
What do you think you would call for him, and how would you highlight him in the game plan?
Hey, the way he plays, he'll be getting the ball more. And if I put him on our team with our guys now, he'll probably, of course, be the number 1 running back. But we'll get the ball to him a lot. And, work him outside. And at the same time, still, he was tough, even though he wasn't the biggest guy that he would run downhill as well.
And you're the class of 06. Now, all of these years later, when you're going through it and playing, it goes by so fast. And, you feel like you know everything, but you really don't. And now looking back on it, how do you wrap up your career, and how has it helped you in shaping you as a man and in your career now?
Yeah, I think at first it was challenging getting over the hump. Hey, it's no more sports for you. So I had to tie my cleats up and throw them on the power line. But to be able to look back at some of my accolades and achievements and some of the relationships that I've built over time is priceless. I have a lot of memory collages and various videos that I've watched that kind of keep things in the front of my mind. So it feels like I'm still that same old Josh Adams wearing 23 running around Cary.
And when you come back to the games, if he ever needs you, do you think you could still give him 100 yards, or how are we feeling?
Oh yeah, I could put up some yards now.
He can call you out of the stands?
Oh, yeah.
No pulled hamstrings? That's the only thing I worry about is the pulled muscles.
Oh no, they say you stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Well, you might go for 200, but thank you for your time and continued success in life, and you have a beautiful family.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate this time today. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We hope you have enjoyed today's show. If you have any questions or you'd like to know more, visit our websites at RaleighCW.com and MyRDCTV.com. I'm Bill LuMaye, and thank you for watching Community Matters, and we'll see you next week.